I really do appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Honestly do. Big up the stream chat, everybody in here. I appreciate all of you. Appreciate MC Sarlux. I see you. 730 Z. Everybody in here. Appreciate all of you. Jack. What? No way. No way. Jackmaster died. What? What? No way. No way. What? Oh no. Oh no. Fuck. I didn't read the comments. Big up the stream chat. I didn't read the chat. I just read it now when I was about to leave. I didn't see. I missed it. Big up everybody that posted in the stream chat. Thank you for sharing and letting me know. Fuck, man. That is so horrible. A head injury. Let's go to the RA one here. Oh my god. Oh my god. What an absolute shock. I legitimately had no idea. Wow. Wow. Oh my god. Oh my god. Scottish Jackmaster dies age 38. Scottish DJ's family confirmed the news earlier today. Jack Reeville, aka Jackmaster, has died age 38. The Scottish DJ's family confirmed the news on Instagram today, October 12th. It is profound sorrow that we confirm the untimely passing of Jack Reeville, known to many as Jackmaster. Jack tragically died in Ibiza on the morning of October 12th following complication arising from an accidental head injury. Yo, man, honestly, like, what is the world coming to? Like, how fucking crazy. How crazy. I spoke to him on Instagram, you know. I forgot what video it was that I spoke about Jackmaster. Well, I think when he was going through that sexual, I think was it a drug thing? He was going through something. Do you remember Jackmaster went through something? Oh, yes, it was at a festival, right? When Jackmaster went to a festival and he was being a little bit handsy and a little bit drunk and a menace to some of the staff at a festival when he was drunk and high, and he kind of got semi-cancelled a bit. And I think I kind of like spoke about the case or spoke about the incident, and you know, I kind of spoke about it in a kind of logical manner, I guess, in a way. I kind of saw both sides of the story. And I guess he saw that clip and he messaged me on Instagram. I think he actually follows me on Instagram. I'm sure he does. And we had some brief exchanges over DMs and shit. Wow, man. I've always been a fan of him as a DJ anyway. And then I think soon after that, he completely changed his life around. He went to rehab. He got sober. I'm not sure if he's still sober now, but I do remember he was sober after that. He went for a long time, and that was a huge part of him coming back into the scene. A lot of people weren't happy about it though. When he did come back, I think a lot of people felt that he should have not been able to come back, but I don't think the thing that he was accused of was as bad as people made it. I think the most embarrassing part of it was that allegedly he took a shit in a kettle or something like that. But obviously, you know, the being abusive to the women at the festival was not cool. And I think he took accountability about that and obviously changed his ways for the better. So it seemed like he was going, and I think he also changed his playing, the kind of music he was playing artistically. I'm pretty sure it was a whole rebrand, right, in terms of what he was kind of doing. And it felt like it was working. Like I saw loads of clips of him online, on Instagram and shit. He was, you know, booked and busy, doing what needs to be done and shit. And now he's passed away. So I wonder if the falling on the head was a consequence of doing the drugs or just like an unfortunate accident. But it seems like so many DJs have died recently, innit? From like head injuries. Or like, you know, what I'd count to be as a DJ, like an artist, like let's say Sophie. The guy from fucking Ed Banger Records that they've made a documentary about. I forgot, the name escapes me now. Who also died from falling and banging his head. God almighty, man. What a tragedy, man. 38 years old. Damn. What are some of his last gigs? Let's quickly see here, courtesy of RA. Fucking hell, man. Big up Netwatcher. Yeah, I have long time ago. I'm actually gonna watch it again. The RA Origins of Jackmaster. I took kind of, as a way to kind of honor him, man. I'm actually gonna watch it again in his memory, honestly. Fucking hell. Big up Netwatcher. Thank you for mentioning it, brother. Jackmaster's a Scottish DJ, by the way. Sarlux, a Scottish DJ, predominantly plays house. Predominantly it's house he sort of plays, and I'd guess you'd say tech house, maybe minimal back in the day, but mostly it's what it was. Very fun DJ, Scottish, very big, loud personality, very fun playing style, and just I think a bigger than life sort of personality in the scene when he came around. Really good productions as well, by the way. Really, really good producer. So look at all the gigs he had coming up still. Fuck, man. Let's go to past events. Fuck. I had no idea. Oh shit, okay, so maybe he wasn't that much back in it. It's not as many gigs as he would have played in the past. He was supporting Black Coffee. That's a pretty big gig in Ibiza. At High Ibiza. There was a 4-hour Jackmaster set at Joshua Brooks. He played in Amsterdam recently. But he's not as booked and busy as I thought he would be. Like a couple of gigs per month here and there. Maybe he did on purpose. I'm not sure. He had a Jackmaster set in Miami. He played in Cova Santa in Spain, I guess. He played in Greece recently in June. He played alongside Kerry Chandler and Roman Flugel. He played with Seth Troxler in Barcelona. So yeah, he was pretty busy, to be fair. Yeah, he's pretty busy. Not as busy as he was prior to the whole quote unquote cancellation, but definitely still doing his thing. Fuck, man. Such a tragedy, bro. Such a tragedy. Especially dying in that way. Fuck me. Head injury. His wife, Kate, Sean, and Johnny are utterly heartbroken. The post confirmed. While deeply touched by the overwhelming support from friends, colleagues, and fans, the family kindly request privacy as they navigate the immense grief of this devastating loss. Co-founder of Numbers and regular on the international tour circuit, Reveal was one of the most prominent DJs in his generation. Born in Glasgow in 1986, he cut his teeth at local institute Rubadub, landing a job at the legendary record shop at just 14 years of age before becoming a regular at Techno Party at Monarchs. You know what? Looking at his story, he kind of had the same origin story as Seth Troxler, innit? Really young, worked at a record store, cut his teeth there, and was kind of way more mature as a DJ beyond his years, sort of thing. I think that's what Jackmaster did really well, or what kind of led to him blowing up. Even someone like a what's his name? I forgot his name. Fucking escapes me now. But yeah, there's a lot of correlations between the origin stories of Seth Troxler and Jackmaster in terms of how they came up and stuff, and how young they were when they first got into DJ. Rebel's reputation as a performer and radio presence and label boss and eager back-to-backer. Oh yeah, the back-to-back sets, true. Legendary back-to-back sets of the partner vaulted him as the hometown parties that Dress to Sweat, a precursor to Numbers, onto the global circuit. Following a widely publicized apology for inappropriate behavior in 2018, Rebel continued to tour and release music throughout 2020s. His final show took place last month at High. By the way, big up RA, because RA can be quite toxic. Big up RA for not really delving too deep into the incident in 2018, even though I spoke about it, but just to kind of give context of how I kind of quote unquote know him. But big up RA for not going too deep into it, and obviously, just recognizing the guy passed away and being somewhat tasteful about it. But honestly, I had no idea, man. R.I.P. Jackmaster, bro. Wow. What an absolute, utter tragedy. Gone too soon, man. Gone too soon. Let me like that thing. Fucking hell. Awful news. I'm sure a lot of people from the dance music community are probably going to be saying everything, something, right? A lot of comments from people and shit. Let's see. Fuck, bro. How sad. How utterly, utterly sad. Fuck. Truly, what a tragedy. Truly, what a fucking tragedy. Let's read the post here. Statement for the family of Jack Revell, aka Jackmaster. It is with profound sorrow that we confirm that the untimely passing of Jack Revell, known to many as Jackmaster. Jack tragically died in Ibiza on the morning of 12th of October following complications arising from an accidental head injury. His family, Kate, Sean, and Johnny, are utterly heartbroken, while deeply. So this happened literally today. Fucking hell. Could you imagine what the family are going through? Having to post these sort of statements and do what needs to be done to kind of get his affairs in order, while also dealing with the grief in real time. God damn. The family kindly requests privacy as they navigate this immense grief of a devastating loss. Jack's passion for music and his relentless drive to push creative boundaries for his work at Numbers and label and Rubber Dub Records in Glasgow, including discovering and countless innovative artists, made him a beloved and pioneering figure in the electronic music community, both in the front and behind the scenes. His talent for blending genres and delivering electrifying DJ sets and productions earned him the respect and admiration of peers and fans across the globe. His legacy will continue to inspire, and his impact on the world of dance music will remain undeniable. Circo Loco, R.I.P. Jack. Michael Beebe says R.I.P. Jack. Ewan. I don't know with this guy. What's his name? Ewan says the very best to ever do it, and the reason I started all of this. Thanks to inspiring a generation with quality. Rest in peace. Eats Everything, another big DJ. Totally and completely gutted. Myself and Oliver were reminiscing about some of the absolutely mint times we shared over the years just last night. And then this morning I hear this. Absolutely shocking and heartbreaking. R.I.P. Jack. The Martinez brothers. Rest in peace to our brother. We love you. Peggy Goo. R.I.P. Jack. Jack's Green. It feels impossible. Everywhere you went, the planet, the stars started revolving around the center of your gravity. Love you forever, Jack. Another person here. Tristagram, the crooner. Devastated. I've known Jack for 20 years, since the Rubber Dub days, when he used to sell me records from my shop. Over the years, we became good friends with mutual respect for each other and our obsession with music. He was a wonderful soul and such a great company to be around. He'll be sorely missed by those who were close to him, and I hope he will get together to give him a good send-off, just the way that he liked it. My condolences go out to his nearest and dearest, especially his family. Adam Bayer, R.I.P. Jack, gone too soon. Camel Fat, can't believe what I'm reading. In the industry full of ego, you were hands down one of the nicest fellas we ever met along the way. Our thoughts are with the family and friends. Yes, that's the thing. He was a really nice guy. Like, even in the DMs I had with him, he came across very chill, you know, for somebody of his level. Very, you know, normal sounding, you know. And you know from my podcast and speaking on here, I've had some maybe not so good experiences with DJs, which is why I generally, you know, tend to kind of keep away and do my own thing and speak about them from here and enjoy their sets and stuff. But there's no real communication anymore because, you know, I'm sensitive and, you know, I have a temper, so I could probably, you know, do something bad. But I felt like he was really nice, which goes to show anyway. I think usually, anyway, to be honest, usually the bigger the DJ is, the nicer they are usually. I think some of the wankers are usually the ones who are lower level. But the actual ones who are actually shaping things, influencing culture, inspiring people, the ones who are really moving and shaking are the nicest ones. It's just the lower ones, you know, the ones who are still figuring stuff out, who kind of have an outsized ego. But I think the other ones are usually the best in my personal experience, you know. I could be wrong in this regard, but I think that's the case. But yeah, when was it? When did he DM me? He DM'd me December 2019. Hey man, just wanted to say thank you for your unbiased commentary on my interview. You know, didn't need to say that to me. Didn't need to follow me and shit. Didn't need to like my comments. But he did. Wasn't something I was looking for ever. You know what I mean? But so nice, seemed like a nice dude to me, bro. And again, making that change to kind of, you know, go sober and completely change your life and approach music in a different way and stuff and your behavior and stuff and acknowledge you made a mistake. I think that goes a long way too. So, you know, kind of the next phase in his life was just getting started and shit, and then it get cut short like this. God damn it, man. Disclosure, can't believe this. Heartbroken. Thank you for all the amazing memories and inspiration, Jack. This is just awful, awful, awful. Optima. Jack, you are such a special guy, or such a great guy, sorry. One of the most amazing DJs I've ever heard. Heartbroken. Love Sean and the rest of the family. Damien Lazarus, heartbroken. Kolsch. Oh shit. I don't know if you can pronounce his name. Is it Kolsch? I've seen him before. What terrible news. RIP. I'll have to mix the altar with turn the pages from now on. Sneaky Pete. You could not meet somebody with more brightly shining energy, passion, talent, and taste and charisma as Jack. One of the great DJs of all time, without question. He made a huge impression on everyone who met him or saw him perform. This is incredibly sad, shocking. Deepest sympathy to his family and friends. So unfair. I agree. Gorgon City, we're so sorry. Love and condolences. Ahmed, I really love you, Habibi. I always love you, my Habibi. I'll miss you forever. You'll always be in my heart. You've always been my brother. You were one of my inspirations. You were one of the inspiration. You were an inspiration to everyone you met. Thank you for all you've done. Rest in peace, my brother. You can feel the weight of these messages in it. Jesus Christ, this is so sad, man. Like everyone is caught off guard. It seems like by this news. Jesus Christ, bro. You can feel how sad everyone is from these messages. No words, sending so much love. I think there's 3,000, by the way, on here, just in 2 hours. So you can just, like, that's, it's sad that you only see how you affected people in your passing, but 3,000 replies, comments on this post in the last 2 hours. No words, sending so much love to the family. Rest in peace, legend. Another one, and is it Anoter? Rest in peace. Gone too soon, brother. Another person here. Still not got the proper words. Fly high, brother. Exactly. What can you say, man? What can you say? You follow this guy. You're a big fan of him. He's still young in the game, especially in music, especially in DJing. 38 is like, he's a baby. There's still so much way to go. Still much way to evolve. Maybe in the future he would have changed genres. Maybe become a fully fledged artist. You don't know. Live shows, whatever. Expanding of a label, opening of a club, pivoting into another business, whatever. And it all gets cut short because of an accident. It's like, what? Wow, shocking. Such a great soul, says Magnus Music. Gone too soon. Chills down my spine. Rest peace in, brother. No. Very sad about this. I won't never forget the party together I had here in Ibiza. RIP Jack. Absolutely devastated. The soundtrack to mine and my friends' youth and times we've had on the dance floor will live forever. Exactly. That, I guess, is one of the only good things about being an artist, right? One of the only good things about being an artist who passes away too soon. People remember you through your work. They remember your work kind of gets elevated. People kind of remember your work and remember the time and place they were at in life, and they have only fond memories of you in your passing, and they speak about you in such glowing terms. No one's ever gonna have a bad thing to say about him now. Do you know what I mean? But it's bittersweet in that regard. You never actually die when you're an artist, but you're still not here. Rest peace, brother. Rest easy, brother. I'm unforgettable forever with you. This is such sad news. Sending my condolences to all the family. Rest in peace. Rest in beats, brother. Rest RIP Master. May the heavens dance to your tunes. Jesus Christ. That's touching, isn't it? May the heavens dance to your tunes. How terrible and heartbreaking. Condolences to the family who must be dealing with such an immeasurable loss. Yeah, just like, it's one thing for the scene and the fans, people like myself, spectators, commentators, but could you imagine what the fans are what the family's dealing with now? Someone dies in a foreign country, like the complications and the headache of that, bringing the body back, arranging. Oh, God, We fucking love you, Jack, always and forever. Thank you so much for so much life. The person says, RIP, absolute legend. We'll always remember watching Jackmaster say in a video about getting 2 tracks that shouldn't mix together and don't stop trying until you get them to blend together. Love that. I've literally thought those words so many times when mixing two tracks together. Inspires me when I'm mixing, thinking about those words. Yeah, see, that's the best thing about being an artist, you know? You'd never know the kind of impact you have on people. So much so that every time they think about mixing, they think about you. Jesus. Rest in peace, my friend. I loved you so much from the moment we crossed paths. You made me laugh, and our wholehearted conversations will forever cherish you. I will forever cherish you. True friendship. Thank you for every moment we shared. I love you. Yeah. Heavy shit. Rest in peace, Master. Rest in paradise. Felix the House Cat. Mallow the Tough. So heartbreaking. Rest in peace. I love you, brother. The GOAT. We just spoke on Thursday. I can't believe it. Thank you so much for playing my birthday bash last year. True gentleman. I love you, brother. Yeah, imagine that, bro. You spoke to him yesterday. God almighty. This is heartbreaking. Dubfire. Amelie Lenz. I cannot believe this. Feel my bicep. Very sad. Rest in peace, Jack. Thank you for the brilliant music, says Pete Tong. Joseph Capriati says, such a sweetheart. Rest in peace, Jack. Gutted. Always bang on point. Mixing tunes. Art of how to be a real DJ. Always got the party going. Man. I will miss you forever. Awakenings. Rest in peace. Absolutely destroying. Yeah, as you can see here, loads of condolences, devastating news, sending every once ounce of love. Gabriel says, Jack heartbroken. Rest in peace, wonderful soul. Gone too soon. Keep jacking in heaven, master. Pauser, heartbroken. God, Dusky, rest in peace, Jack. We were talking about you last night. We've seen that already. A true loss of an amazing guy. Scottish talent, sending lots of love. Junior Sanchez, this is heartbreaking. Condolences. God damn, man. What a hot creations. Unbelievably sad news. Rest in peace. Wolfram. When I started reading the first sentence, I was hoping it was one brilliant joke that your family's making your album. Announcement statement. You made everyone smile. Happy to, yeah, imagine. Big up Wolfram. Yeah, exactly. He thought it was, yeah, because he does have a pretty sick sense of humor. That could have been a post that you could have made about yeah, exactly, about a family-based album or something, but essentially it's not, unfortunately. Mr. Jam, the legend. Big up Mr. Jam. This is so sad. Rest in peace, Jack. Sending love and condolences to your nearest and dearest. Panpot, sad news. Honey D. John, Godspeed. Amnesia, Ibiza, R.I.P. Big Miz, one of the best ever do it. R.I.P. God damn it, man. Yeah, man. Super sad news. Super sad news, man. Super sad news. Super sad news, man. R.I.P. man. R.I.P. No way to go. Real black coffee here. Devastating news. Rest well, brother. Just absolutely devastating. Sending love to you, Sean. Jack, you were one of a kind, overflowing with talent. My brother, we weren't done here. I love you. Fucking hell. 1 in a million, my brother. I'm going to miss you so much, Chief. Fuck, bro. You really touched a lot of people, innit? Fucking hell. Heartbroken. Love you, Sean and Kate. Ed Banger. Terrible news. Condolences. Errol Alcan. Such sad news. T Dinosaurs. Can't believe it. Rest in peace, Jack. Sending all my love. Brexio Martinez here. One of the most passionate DJs I've ever met. I remember him coming to Sonar Week and seeing him playing like 5 to 6 times during the week. Finishing playing Disco Paradiso Party. Moog Barcelona with 2 UK friends of him. Last time I saw him, I was opening for him. And when he was going to start, he asked me to back for a while. He was wild and a pure soul, sending love and strength. Exactly. That type of stuff doesn't leave you. When a proper established DJ rocks up, is going to play next, and is happy to play back to back with you, like someone of his level, that sort of stuff will never leave you. And that kind of influence is going to usually play a role in how you behave in the future. So him being a fucking legend and playing back to back with you and giving you, you know, a bit of shine as well, you know, a bit of pointness here and there, adding you as a contact regardless, whatever. That sort of thing will influence how you behave with other artists coming up, you know. So it's sort of like you're paying that forward. It's so cool, man. It's so fucking cool. So again, it goes, and these are the type of things that you would never see written in an article somewhere. These are the things that only live in the moment. If you're there, you would have seen him. Oh shit, he played back to back with this local guy, but it's not something that everyone's going to talk about. So it's usually a reflection of your character doing these sort of things, because it's not, you know, no one's going to pat you in the back for doing it. Obviously, the guy's going to be happy, and people in the society happy, but that's it. It just lives there. So the fact that he does that and did that, we'll always remember you as a cheeky young lad in Little Detroit Forum and Jaunt Up Club in '69. Shonky, R.I.P. Big up Shonky, one of my favorite DJs actually out there. He's sick. Ilario Alicante, Sad, Mode Selector, R.I.P. Little brother. Alvaro Medina, rest in peace. Jesus. Heartbreaking news, one of the best to ever do it. The Origins video at Resident Advisor was one of the things that got me started running gigs. Yeah, let's actually play that now, man. Let's actually play that now. R.I.P. to fucking Jackmaster. What an absolute unmitigating tragedy. Absolute tragedy. Absolute unfathomable tragedy, man. 38. Jesus Christ. Let's play the fucking R8. Let's play the R8 Origin videos to end the show. Big up Jackmaster, honestly. Big up Jackmaster. R.I.P. to him. R.I.P. to him. An absolute living legend. Origins, right? Origins RA. And big up who was it? I think who told me in the stream chat. Big up Netwatcher as well. Thank you for letting me know. I'm gonna play this I'm gonna play this and yeah. R.I.P. Jackmaster, man. Gone too soon, brother. Gone too soon. James Jackmaster.
I'll show you what we used to do, right? We would get one of these crate things. So if I die here, right, you can give everything to my dad and my brother, right, and give all my records to Jasper. If I don't make this, I'm gonna be really pissed off, man. And then how am I gonna?
Oh yeah, that Jasper guy, innit? That Jasper kid who he was mentoring. Oh, I forgot his name. Is it Jasper James? Jasper John? I forgot his surname. Please forgive me. But that kid that he was like coming up with and put his arm around his that again. Not many DJs do that, by the way. It needs to be said. Not a lot of DJs actually put their arm around people, kids coming up or up, you know, up and coming DJs, and kind of like mentor them or whatever. And he was always with this kid. I forgot his name actually. Let me actually check it. Is it Jasper James? Jasper John? I forgot. Let's see. Jasper and Jackmaster. He was early on, always with him, always everywhere with that guy. Maybe there might have been a point where if he was booked at a club, he might have said, "Hey, I'm not playing unless you play Jasper." That's his name, Jasper James. They've got so many back-to-back sets together online. They're usually inseparable. I can't imagine what he's going through right now, man. Fucking hell, man. Prayers and strength to Jasper James, man. Fuck me.
Bring it down. Oh, you fucker. Oh. Yeah, so we climb up like that. This was my spot here.
And just to kind of, oh, man, this is making me sad. He's a real raver. I forgot about this video, bro. I watched it when it dropped, but this is what made you fall in love with the guy, because this is what we all do. All of us who are fans, all of us who are bedroom DJs, all of us that are fanatics, all of us that go out every weekend. This is the same thing that we've done. This is the same thing that we've done in our local areas. Put on little parties, gone to shitty warehouse raves, climbed over a gate, split our trousers, still gone and raved anyway. A bag full of, you know, a plastic bag full of fucking off-licensed beers and shit. This is what we've done. We've done the exact same thing. So to see somebody from our world, from that, you know, from like raver point of view, a dancer, whatever, you know, DIY guy, whatever from the scene, make it to be a top DJ, producer, world touring, it's a win for everybody. Like you almost feel like, you know what I mean? It's like you won. You're rooting for the guy. You're kind of living through him, living vicariously through him. Especially if you're from the local Scottish scene that he's from. You saw him like, oh shit, I remember. I used to see that guy at warehouse raves. Oh shit, you remember him from the record store? You remember that guy from the time? Like, it's always the good ones, man. R.I.P. to Jackmaster. R.I.P. to fucking Jackmaster.
And this was my mate Dan's spot over here. And rival graffiti writers would come and like paint over your stuff. Oh shit. And then, sorry. And then so you'd have to come back the next week and then paint over their stuff again. That was just how it went, man. I didn't think I was going to make that there, you know. I thought I was going to deck it. How did I get it down? Oh yeah. Fucking hell.
Yeah,
Made it.
I've been there.
Sorry about that. See, that's like all the grease that they put up to stop us from getting up there. Like nobody paints up there anymore, so it's not as much there. But that was for our benefit. For a lot of kids in Glasgow, it's a fucking tough place to grow up. I've seen kids from my school sleeping rough in the streets, pulling knives on people outside clubs and stuff like that. I was lucky. Although I've not had the best childhood, I was still lucky compared to a lot of these kids. Musically, we're lucky because we have amazing institutions like Rubber Dub and the Sub Club, and also like Soma Records, who, you know, launched the careers of people like Daft Punk and Slam, of course. I was an angry child and I was getting into drugs quite heavily, and I probably could be dead if it wasn't for all these things. Hello, it's me. This is where it all started for me. So I learned to DJ and, yeah, started buying records and stuff, and just building up my collection, I guess. Flyers from our old parties we put on LFO. Seismic was the first event we did. Look, wait to see the design on this flyer, man. That is proper.
You know what's funny though? Looking back at that flyer from 2002, that's the way flyers are made now. Things come back around. So, you know, it's so funny how things come back around. This is what basically flyers look like nowadays. That type of design, that type of graphic design style is what most nightclubs and collectives, you know, design their flyers like. Fucking hell. £5 entry. Lovely. That's such that again, like, you know, what raves do you see that have prices that low in terms of entry nowadays? Like fucking Forward I went to the other day at Fold was fucking 30 quid. Ugh, fucking no, RIP to him, man.
2002, check that shit out. So that was so Spencer, he was actually the guy he started the night. Jackmaster, chin scratch.
Yo, big up.
Fucking love using a 3-hour stream on a Saturday night. You're a legend.
Hi,
Would you ever do a closet tour?
Yeah, of course, brother. Who's this? Big up Amy Love. Appreciate you. Yeah, of course, brother. Of course. Closet tour soon come. When I eventually move out this crib that I'm in at the moment, because, you know, it's not the best layout and shit for all that sort of stuff. When I eventually move out of this place and go to the next place, I am the plan is in the not too distant future to move up to Manchester to get some more space for the money that I'm spending here in London. It's a bit obscene and I don't really have enough room and space because I want to build like a studio in the second room, but at the moment I've only got one and it doesn't really work too well. So once I get that done, which will probably be within, you know, the next few months and shit, I'll definitely do a closet tour and start doing a lot more of that stuff, because then I'll have like a studio that I can do more things in. So that's definitely coming up. Because you obviously, you know, I speak about fashion, all that shit on here. So, and you know, I like to stunt. So of course I'm going to be showing off on here. So yeah, big up you, brother. Appreciate the donor, man. Appreciate the donor. Big up you.
You're probably the worst ever name for a DJ you could think of. And Milo, not the actual world famous Milo, just some guy called MYLO, no idea. That was the first one we ever did. We were 16 or 17.
And big up Abe Martinez too. Appreciate you too, brother. Appreciate you. Yeah, we're here, man. We're here always. Random shows all coming up later as well. So there'll be audio, visual distraction, and background noise for you to enjoy for the rest of the flipping night. We're here all night, all morning, mate.
17 years old. My DJ partner in crime, Spencer, his dad owned the club. So he was managed to pull some strings. Well, I say pull some strings. He just told the bar staff what was happening, and we put on a party called Seismic, which was an electro night, and it was based around like real electro.
Nice.
As you say, not the bastardised EDM electro that you get now that Paris Hilton plays.
But it's obviously the most boyish electro name you're going to give to a club night, but it seemed to be a good idea at the time, as these things do.
Honestly, man, prayers and thoughts go out to Callum, aka Spencer, bro. By the way, I love that. By the way, like his actual name is Callum, but his DJ name is Spencer. I love it. So big up Callum, aka Spencer. Prayers and thoughts go out to him as well. Can't imagine what he's going through, right? A childhood friend of Jackmaster, come up the ranks with him, first gigs, seeing him blow up the way he there's no better pride than being a friend of someone, than being a friend to somebody, and then seeing your friend realize their dreams, right? Like seeing them get mad, like going to a friend's wedding, like you're bawling your eyes out. Seeing your friend, have their first kid and shit. You know what I mean? You are bawling your eyes out. Well, at least I am anyway. So imagine like these guys, like coming up like that, seeing your friend become a world touring, world famous DJ. You're so proud, so flipping proud. It's like you won. He wins, you win, You're like, fuck yeah, all those afters, all those drunk nights at bus stops talking about all these dreams and big plans that you have, and then he goes and does it. You're like, fuck yeah, do you know what I mean? So I can't imagine what he's currently going through, man. So thoughts and prayers to him and strength to him, man. Fuck,
electro name you're going to give to a club night, but it seemed to be a good idea at the time, as these things do.
During the day, they would store all the cutlery here, and then we would just flip these open.
Nice.
And then you had the decks in here, and you can see how what era we were doing parties here, because a DJM 500.
Look at that mixer, bro. I keep forgetting about this guy. He is really from the mud. This is the type of mixer that I play with when I play at fucking, I don't know, the Star of Bethnal, right? Right, in these fucking pubs and shit and stuff. This is the type of mixer you're getting. Look at how worn down that thing is. Missing knobs, buttons don't work, just covered in beer jizz. Absolutely battered, but this is where you learn. This is where you learn your skills, hone your craft. And usually in my experience, like, starting off playing on fucking Newmark turntables, right? Belt drive fucking turntables. You master those things. When you jump on some Technic 1210s, you're fucking Ricardo Villalobos. You jump onto those starting from belt drive turntables that I think I bought from a charity shop, and I think it might have been also a Newmark 2-channel mixer that was just horrendous. Being able to mix correctly on that, and then jumping to Technic 1210s, which I didn't have, but I use other people's, and then going to jump onto CDJs. CDJs are a walk in the park. If you can play on this shit, CDJs are a walk in the park. Walk in the park. Fuck, man.
Yeah, which is a old and really shite mixer, and this is the kind of shit we had to put up with.
All our mates from school would all turn up. My older brother, who's 2 years older than me, who runs numbers and works with us, they would all come down.
If you went above a certain...
Wow, man, a family affair. Spencer's brother runs it, business side. Yeah, fucking hell, what a tragedy.
Level, the sound system would just cut out. It wouldn't dip, it just cut out. And you're standing there, you're 17 years old, right? And all your pals in the crowd, and you think you're rocking it, and then you just go into the red too much, and then the sound just cuts off. And of course, first time, everyone's like, whoa! Second time maybe, and then after the third or fourth time, it's just like they just get annoyed. The first time
I remember having similar experiences when I was first DJing. Especially when I used to use my white MacBook. Remember those white MacBooks back in the day? I'd have that running Serato, and obviously it couldn't handle it. And sometimes it would just cut off. so I couldn't play the record on Serato, and everyone would be stopping. So you had to get it, the sound at a certain level and inputs to make sure that the MacBook didn't fucking conk out. Fucking crazy times, man. The things you put up with, and usually in a really brightly lit bar. The worst environment. They've got the TV on. You're there playing. There's maybe a comedian in the corner. Someone's singing, and you're there with your shitty laptop and turntables that don't work, trying to figure it out, man. So yeah, Jackmaster's from humble origins, man.
We did our party here was when I really caught the bug for DJing, because I'd never DJ'd out before. It did go really good. If there was ever any doubt in my mind of what I wanted to do, that was it. After that night, that was it. I was sold. That was me. I wanted to be a DJ. My life would be a lot easier if I moved to Berlin or I moved to London or something, but Glasgow's so real and it keeps you kind of grounded.
Oh, and by the way, that's the other thing too I forgot about him. That's the other thing I forgot about him as well. He was so, I think in general anyway, to be fair, I think in general, all Scottish people are very patriotic, but he was super patriotic. Like, during the time when the London thing was popping off and everyone was moving to London, that kind of minimal era, and when Berlin was Berlin, I think, people will say, I would say as well, the peak of Berlin was probably what, 2002 to like 2015 maybe, right? Around that time, kind of, roughly. That was when people were like really going for it, and parties were all over the place, labels, collectives, events, just things just blowing up, people's careers, lives changing. He could have easily done that, do you know what I mean? But he was flying the flag of Scotland a lot, Glasgow a lot, his local scene a lot, pushing people, the Jasper James. I think even, I don't know if it's true, I don't know if I'm mistaken, but I swear he was also involved in maybe pushing Eclair Fifi. Remember her? Actually, she's still around, I'm sure. Young girl who kind of is Scottish as well and is a sick DJ. I think he might have been involved in that as well. So that's kind of the newer generation that he was kind of pushing forward. I think so. I'm not too sure, but I do remember him always being super patriotic. So yeah, another thing that he's a legend for, man. R.I.P. this guy. R.I.P. R.I.P.
The way people are here, and like, especially the sense of humour here. As soon as you come back.
Yeah, big up Netwatcher. Yeah, man, he represented his city because he had pride in it, and he loved his people, and they loved him too. They really loved him. Yeah, for sure. But that's the thing. That's the thing he's saying here, where it's like he knows the level of DJ that he was at. If he would have went to Berlin or London, it would have supercharged his career. He probably would have gotten way more famous, way more quickly than whatever he was doing prior. But because he loved his city so much, he kind of stayed and pushed his city more, which is super admirable. He still ended up being world famous, but think of how different his career could have been if he went straight to Berlin during that peak, during that hype, straight to London, and did that thing, or did what most people were doing at that time, where they were kind of, when we were still in the EU, basically, you could live in London and essentially, live in Berlin for 6 months of the year and then come back and forth and shit, or Ibiza and stuff, which was much easier. So big up him, man. Big up him. Absolutely legend.
If you think you might come back from doing a gig to 5,000 people in some lovely place in Europe or whatever, and you come back and your friends just slag you off and bring you right back down to reality, you don't get away with any diva shit here. We were a middle class family. We certainly weren't upper class. My mum was by no means rich, but she worked her arse off to make sure we had what we needed. That's my dad there. I think it was just before I started school that my parents got divorced, so I was probably 4. My mum brought us up on her own. Single mum on a single salary, raising 2 kids. That's me when I was like 6 months old. It's me and my mum.
Fuck.
When I was 14, I was in like 3rd year at school. My mum passed away. She's my best friend in the world, to be honest. And we used to tell each other that quite frequently, and it was she'd been unwell for a while, but it wasn't like she wasn't terminally ill or anything. It was still like a real shock when she passed away. The coroner's report eventually came through as it being a heart attack. I remember coming into the close and like a couple of ambulance guys came down the stairs and they just gave me this kind of look, like, I kind of pitiful, sorry look, and at that point I kind of knew, something was wrong, more wrong than it had been before, and I came up the stairs and was told to sit in the living room, and I could see into the hall, and one of my mum's best friends had arrived, looking like really kind of devastated, and she came in, and me and my brother were sitting down, and she said, you know, boys, you've got to be really strong. Your mum's passed away, and for me, like, when you're that age, like, that family structure, that's your whole life, and to be told that that's just gone, it's just kind of, it's unbelievable. It didn't really set in for me, and sometimes I still think that it's still not set in, you know, like 10, 12 years after.
Oh, mate. Fucking, I forgot how fucking heavy this documentary is at the beginning. God almighty, man. Yeah, R.I.P. Jackmaster's mom, R.I.P. Jackmaster. I guess they're gonna meet each other in heaven.
My dad moved in to look after us in this house, like, almost immediately, you know, within a couple of days. So that was it's kind of like a real culture shock for me and my brother. I think because of that, me and my brother kind of became like tearaways a little bit. We didn't go to school very much. That was the time where I could have gone down the wrong kind of path in terms of drugs and not knuckling down, and that's when Rub-a-Dub came into my life. How's it going? Any major musical movement in history has always had its hub in Glasgow, without a shadow of a doubt. That's Rub-a-Dub. That's where everyone goes on a Saturday to exchange stories about what happened the night before in the club, or how their record's doing, what gigs they've got that night. We got to do this thing called work experience, so for a week you don't have to go to school and you go to work for like a local business or whatever. Kind of knew I wanted to do music by then, because when my mum died, my sister came to stay with us for a bit, and she'd been in old rave and stuff. I remember thinking, I'm going to push myself and I'm going to go and try and get a job in a scary record shop where they've got all this weird music. They accepted me, obviously, because they wanted somebody to make them coffees and sweep the floor. Turned up my first day, 2 hours late. Hey, Trips, how's it going?
The worst boy we ever had. He came from school, and it was a wee sort of work placement.
You just needed a bit of work ethic put in you. They were like, what kind of music you into?
Oh yeah, that's his brother, I'm assuming, right? They look so much alike. That's his brother there, right? It must be. I'm assuming, right? Or not? Or is that somebody else?
Needed a bit of work ethic put in you. They were like, what kind of music you into? And I was like, house. Like house, do you? I was like, yeah. And they're like, right, that's the house section, huge, big wall full of house records, about like that deep, man. And you're like, right, you're going to stock check the whole house section, and not only are you going to stock check it, but you're going to then put it all in alphabetical order. So that was my punishment. That was my punishment for being late, but they would ask me to do that anyway. They would just try to toll my balls a wee bit.
It must be so fun. Like, it must be so fun to come up and get your musical education in a not major quote-unquote city. Because there's less of you probably involved in that scene. So there's probably more chance of you getting these. Because I'd imagine trying to work at a record store in a place like London, I've never tried, but I'd imagine major cities, they're probably inundated with applications. Everyone's trying, because everyone knows how beneficial it can be to work in a record store, the connections, the contacts, the gigs, the records, right? All that music, all that inspiration, all the artists that come through. So I'd imagine trying to get a job at a good record store in London or any other major city is super hard. But in a smaller city, less hype city, let's say, you know, opportunities are maybe more plentiful, maybe. And you could also, you know, you're going to learn from the ground level, like everything that needs to be learned. You're already in the community because there's not much else going on. So maybe the record store is connected to the local scene, it's connected to the raves, it's connected to the DJ. So you automatically get plugged in, you know, automatically. So it's almost like you speed run your education musically. Or as a DJ, you really, really speed run it. So, fuck, man.
Daft Punk promo came in, and I was like, can I have this? And I was told, no, that goes in the bin, that one. And then it was Wilbur that gave me it, actually. I asked about a record that I'd heard on the speakers, which was Model 500, The Chase, produced by a guy called Juan Atkins. And I remember the exact words as well. You were like, hey, get rid of all that shite, and this is the first good record you'll buy, and this is the start of your rubber dub education. Aye.
Well, it was just another wee guy at the time, you know. Got lots of wee guys wanting jobs in here, and just another wee guy who thought he was into his wee bits of music and thought he knew stuff about it. But the more you learn about something, the more you know you don't know much about it, you know. But one thing with Jack is everybody's always on about, you know, how he was late and, you know, a bit of a lad and stuff like that. But, you know, he's quite a bright chap.
When I was going off the rails.
Yeah, can you imagine what this guy's feeling as well, man? It's literally, you know, was you know, literally a guardian essentially, yeah? Raised the kid, raised Jack basically, saw him become a world touring DJ. Can only imagine what he's going through as well. Thoughts and feelings go out to this guy.
You guys took me in. You know what I mean? I could have gone the wrong way, as a lot of people I grew up with have gone, and probably a lot of people yourself as well. You know
It's
what I mean?
good to have something to focus on, yeah. Music's always been good for us.
Rubber dub kind of was like my second family and my second home. They maybe had seen that there was a chance I was going down the wrong way, so they gave me a full-time job, and that was working for the distribution company. That was with Barry, who was like my mentor. He taught me everything about the industry, and I was kind of his prodigy, his project.
When he came to us, he was buying.
Okay, cool. Sorry, that's the brother of the. Oh, okay. So it's not his brother. It's just Barry. Big up Barry.
Filtered French house shit, as I would call it at the time, you know, or something more poppy dance music.
I would never really be late when I worked with Barry. It was only with everyone else. I think I looked up to Barry too much to take the piss with him, and I would sometimes stay till like 10 at night working, stock checking records, and just learning him, playing me stuff, and just getting my musical education from him, really.
You know, the jobs that I was giving Jack to do, part of my, you know, the work needed to done, but part of it was, here's your musical education, you know, you've got a whole library of music here.
They would introduce us to weird records that we wouldn't have been introduced to otherwise. So
Amazing.
you'd sort of be sitting there, like, we'd be like, oh, check out this, like, I don't know, some French house thing, kind of like pretty alright stuff, but nothing crazy. And then they'd be like, all right, check this out. And they just like put on like, you know, Model 500 or like, you know, Eddie Flash and Folks, or, you know, just kind of stuff that we'd never have heard. And we'd just be like,
He would be starting to pick up bits of electro, you know, I would give him more experimental techno to listen to. You know, I liked a lot of house as well, but deeper Detroit house, so I would give him things like that.
That was Susie's massage parlour before Rubber Dub had it as a shop, the first shop. And used to have sort of dodgy massages around the back. And the table
happy endings.
Happy endings, aye.
I used all the inheritance money that I inherited off my mama. I spent it all on music equipment, bought my first set of decks with that money, and all my first records and stuff. And even like people like Spencer, who's been like one of probably the most positive influence in my life. I met him as a result of my mum passing away, because he was such a good guy. He's like probably one of the best people I've ever met in my life, and he made a conscious effort to approach me in the street because he knew what had happened to me, and he was carrying a bag of records at the time.
Jack actually was probably, you know, the strongest person I've ever seen in that sort of situation. He kind of just almost ended up, in terms of the music stuff, you know, everything else aside, he just ended up almost focusing on that.
He definitely did, just really kind of got absorbed in the active field.
Oh, that's Jack. Yeah, that looks like him. Wow, man. They're literally a spitting image of each other. That's basically Jackmaster. Fuck, you know. Force and feelings go out to Sean as well. Fuck, yeah, literally a spitting image of him.
Playing records and learning about music and all the rest of it, especially through when he started his work experience at Rubber Dub. I was maybe too young to recognise it as a kind of escapism of sorts. It was still, now looking back, it was really his main kind of, I don't know, I guess in some sense it was therapeutic to just kind of zone out and be able to just listen to music for hours on end.
It became this sort of focus where you'd grab onto something to almost like keep you steady, and I think like for Jack and certainly for that leading a lot of our mates, it just turned into, you know, this music thing. It was like, you know, that was now what we did. Martin and Wilbur, who are the two guys who ran it, and there was Barry as well. They just used to do this club called 6ix9ine.
So this is 69, and I will always call it the world famous 69.
They thought they were going to get people doing for dinner dances on a Saturday night, so that's why we were allowed a Thursday and no Saturday. And then eventually they realised that nobody wanted to go for a dance after their curry. So that's then when 69 started on the Saturday nights.
6ix9ine was basically out in Paisley, 25 minutes cab or 20 minutes cab away from Glasgow. So we used to go, I mean, I think it was the first time I ever went to a club, and that was to see DJ Assault.
We would come here every Saturday night, me and Callum, and just
That's such a cool venue, isn't it? That's such a fucking cool venue. Housed in that fucking house. Such a cool venue.
have our minds blown by music we'd never heard before. It sounded like music from another planet, you know. And we would see everyone here, like from, you know, Juan Atkins to Plaid, Black Dog, Mark Broom, who are the other early people that came?
Lee Grange, the Holistic Records guys were a big crew. Matt Cogger, Neuropolitique.
It was one of these places where people wanted to play rather than coming to play for money. Like, you know, you'd have 6 guys for Underground Resistance from Detroit coming to play and doing a live set for 4 hours just because they'd come and the vibe would be so good. They would just play and play on and play on and play on, wouldn't they?
There was no bouncers or anything like that. We had a couple of girls doing it for us, and it was just that managed itself, you know. People would just come and they like it, and if they liked it they'd stay, and if they didn't they'd go.
The music was the bouncer.
It was,
you know,
aye.
because
It's good every day,
at that time you were playing pretty crazy music that you wouldn't hear anywhere else. So,
It seemed crazy
so if
at
the
the
local BAMs came in, they would go, nah, I'm away.
We'd come on the Saturday and
That's a good point, man. Do you remember that? Now you don't get that nowadays, isn't it? That's very true. I remember that. That used to happen mostly with warehouse raves, but they were almost self-filtering. They were almost self-selecting based on the artist that played and based on the music they were playing and the people that were in there. So you didn't really have to worry about security and shit and things getting, you know, leery, because regular normies, regular punters who wanted to hear conventional dance music would go in and be like, fuck this, you know what I mean? This is too much. Or, you know, the people in here are too weird or whatever, and leave. That was a thing back in the day. It's not so much a thing anymore. Maybe because dance music is really popular now. So maybe because most normies now also like the stuff that, you know, people within the, let's say, alternative or niche scenes like. So you have to have security now, do you know what I mean? Because everyone wants to rave. Everyone appreciates now the more weirder, the more left field, the more experimental, the more eclectic, the more far out interesting the music is, the better the rave is going to be. So people kind of know that to be true. So it's a bit harder to do that now. But yeah, that was a thing back in the day. I remember that.
and we'd be in Rubber Dub on the Sunday when Martin had his shift, and we'd do a thing called techno karaoke where we'd sing him the tunes that we'd heard him playing the night before, and he'd always instantly be like that. You'd give him 2 seconds and you'd go, oh, that's Underground Resistance, The Swamp, and he'd pick you out, you'd put it on, and it was a tune that you'd been raving to on the Saturday night. To this day, probably the best night I've ever had in my life was in there, and it was a guy called, Italian guy called Laurie D, who ended up being the first artist that we ever released on any of our record labels, because we basically stalked him. We were basically super fans, and we stalked him around the world for a couple of years after seeing him in here, and couldn't speak any English, and my Italian's not very good. I know, and you're like, so he didn't have a clue what I was saying, but in a nice way, it kind of all came full circle, because he ended up being the first guy we ever put any records out with. That was the best night I've ever had. Definitely, certainly in there, maybe in my life, and I've still got it on mini disc.
Fucking hell, man. Scottish people love Underground Resistance, innit? The guy in Rubber Dub had the Underground Resistance label merch on. This picture of Jackmaster for 2004 with the Underground Resistance merch on. You Scottish people love Underground Resistance, innit? Fucking sick. Love it. Love it, love it, love it.
Dad used to be like quite like a pure top mod in the West End, so I try and dress as much like a mod when I go to see him. I was always really good friends with my dad, but he was more of my pal than my dad a little bit. And at the age I was when my mum passed away, it's the age where you start hanging around with your friends a lot more than being worried about like being friends with your parents. Oh, who's that? Hello? Oh, it's me. You weren't answering the phone. Oh, well, yeah. I'm just on my way now. He was the first person to ever really show me music. I used to go up to his house at weekends and listen to old Motown records, Prince. We were more obscure stuff for an 8-year-old kid like Earl Clue, and just great music, Average White Band, stuff like that, Steely Dan. He was just the guy when I was growing up that always, it was his words that kind of used to ring true with me about like not listening to what other people think about you and kind of just being yourself and doing your own thing. Yeah, so he's always been a big influence on my life, so it'd be good to see what words of wisdom he's got today.
Hello?
Hi, it's me.
Can you come?
Oh, thanks. What sort of music would you give me to listen to if I said...
Damn, Jackmaster's dead. Fucking hell.
If I got bored of a certain thing that I'd been listening to at home, and I asked you for something new, what would
From
you
the
give me?
top. Otis Redding.
Yeah, he was my favourite.
Al Green. I've seen Al Green in concert and Otis Redding.
Who else?
Jackson Brown, David Lindley. There's a ticket up there.
Steely Dan, I remember.
Your mother's favourite band was Steely Dan. I've seen Prince live.
Wow.
That was something at Parkhead Stadium in 1981 with my daughter Kate.
Amazing.
It was absolutely perfect, of course.
So can you, obviously when Mum passed away, I was 13 years old, and you think you kind of know someone when you're that age, but obviously you probably had known her better than anyone in our life, and certainly better than myself and Sean did. So can you tell me a bit more about what she was like then, especially like before Sean and I were born or grown up with
She
her?
was a fantastic dancer.
Yeah. I heard you were not bad as well though.
Thank you. There was a dance called the Hitchhike, and it was like that, but she used to do it in miniature like that.
It was kind of a culture shock when you came to live with us, and I found it quite difficult.
Did you?
Not because of you, just because it was such a dramatic change, you know.
Yes.
From having Mum there to all of a sudden.
I know. How would you rate me as a father?
Fucking hell, man. Oh, my heart, man. Fuck. Can't imagine what the dad is going through right now, man. Fucking hell.
Be careful.
I know. I would
Be honest.
say up until my mum passed away, I would rate you 10 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're brilliant.
And that?
But that's probably because we didn't see you so much. We saw you once, twice a week.
Yeah.
After, I think we all found it pretty difficult.
Really?
To be honest, maybe you don't remember.
Why? Why did you find it difficult?
For very valid reasons. You felt sorry for me. You felt so bad for me and Sean.
Mm-hmm.
You probably, more than the heartache you felt yourself, you probably felt more heartache for Sean and I.
Yes, I did.
So
Fucking hell, man. Like, kids really understand everything, innit? Even at that age, he understood what his dad was going through. You know? That's why you really can't hide things from kids, really, innit? You really should just be honest with your kids as much as possible, because they notice and see everything, even at that age, and even going through what he was going through, right? Like, you know, the grief of losing your mum and dealing with those emotions. He was able to sort of like see what his dad was going through at that time, you know, and empathize with it and kind of deal with it in his own way. Like, God damn it, bro. Wise beyond his years, man. Mature and wise beyond his years.
for that reason, you probably found it maybe a little bit difficult to be disciplinary towards us. You know what I mean?
I was a bit lax.
You weren't always that way, but then, and because of that, it became kind of like a friendship relationship. You know, our pals would come up and hang out with you instead of us, because you were kind of like one of the boys.
I did my best, Jack.
I know you did, and you did a good job.
Thank you.
I'll maybe come round. I'll probably be back on Monday or Tuesday.
Excellent.
But gonna make sure you pick up your phone,
Of course.
please.
You're always welcome.
And try and plug in your mobile as well. So I'll give you a shout on Monday or Tuesday before I come, right?
Good, thank you.
Right, sound. See you later.
Volunteers.
Sub Club, along with places like Panorama Bar and DC10, is like one of the best clubs in the world. It's probably my favourite club in the world to play at. There you go, man.
I want my dad. You're just sitting there like that. You know?
the Scottish accent is already hard to understand. It's it's a real accent, Big up my Irish man them as well, right? Big up my Northern Ireland and Republic of Ireland people too. Your accents are are shaky as well. But could you imagine how hard it is to listen, to understand a Scottish person already? An actual, because Jackmaster's already, he's been living in London. His accent's probably softened a bit. But can you imagine a proper legit Scottish person who also might be pissed? Can you imagine trying to listen or understand? Oh God.
Hey,
I'm Jack. I'm Jack. What's your name?
Stuart.
Stuart. Nice to meet you, Stuart. I hope they're in. I wish, mate. I wish. my modelling days are over, man.
You're fucking at it.
You think I could be?
This random guy is funnier than all the LA comedians. This random guy on the street is funnier than most LA comedians, mate. It's absolutely hilarious.
A model? How?
No, I never fucking said that.
How's it going? You alright? How you doing, man? How's it going?
Oh, I remember this tune. Who's this by? I remember this. I played this once. What is this?
You can't really describe the vibe unless you get there. Everyone like bangs on the roof.
Yeah, that's Housematic.
Plastic bits inside the DJ booth.
Dion, Housematic.
One of the most
that's the song there.
unique vibes in the world. But as much as anything in Glasgow, I don't think the club would be what it was without the people. The very, very special vibe in Glasgow. I think places like Rubber Dub and the Sub Club and the Arches provide an escape for kids. It's how you meet people and it's how you make friends. Like it's how I've met all my best friends in the world. I've met through going out and I've met through music.
God, my never forgotten. You're a legend.
Although Glasgow's it can be thought of as a depressing place, and it's post-industrial and it's working class. In Glasgow, people were there to look out for me, whether I knew them or whether I didn't. People were there for me, and this is the reason why I always say to people that I never want to leave this city. There's a vibe here, man, and I can't put my finger on it. If I could put my finger on it, I'd bottle it and I'd be a millionaire. But it's just like, it's unique and it's home. It's home.
I guess he's coming back home, innit? I guess he's coming back home. That's the only good thing about it. He's coming back home. He'll probably be laid to rest there. Fucking hell, man. Honestly, what a tragedy, man. R.I.P. to Jackmaster. R.I.P. to Jackmaster. Gone too soon. An absolute unmitigating fucking legend. Really, really is. I'm actually going to play this is actually weird. I'm actually going to play a Jackmaster Fra 909 set, a little clip actually as my ender, as my tune of the day. Forget a tune of the day, a regular song. I'm going to play one of these. Oh shit. I just, figured this out. RIP to Fra 909 too. If you know, you know. If you're from the dance music scene, you know Wagwan, you know the channel Fra 909. That guy also unfortunately passed away. I think maybe around the pandemic. And he was a legend as well for recording sets and stuff, festivals around the world, mostly, tech house type of stuff. Similar to like Luca Dia, who's also a big one in that scene for taking videos and shit on stage behind the scenes and stuff at raves. And I think these guys played a role in like launching a lot of these guys' careers, man. Helped, to kind of blow them up and stuff. So, I remember watching these sets back in the day, man. I'd obsess over these fucking clips, man. I'd fucking always checking these clips and shit. So. Let me play one from here as well. There's also an old Jackmaster set from Boil. Do you remember Boil Room? Do you remember that little collective he had with Eats Everything? I think it was like Jesus or something. I think it was called. I think it was him. Maybe it was like Seth. Maybe it was not Seth Troxer. Maybe it's Jamie. I forgot. It was like a little DJ boy band thing that they had going on for like a short period. Yeah, look, see this. Yeah. Oh man, so fucking sad, man. Honestly. R.I.P. Jackmaster. Let's play one. Let's play this one here. Oh, he's playing a set with Gerd Jansen as well here. In Circo Loco, Barcelona. Let's play this one. Let's play the first one here. R.I.P. to Jackmaster, man. This is my ender. Fra 909 TV, Jackmaster at Circo Loco, SMC 2018 in Milano. R.I.P. Jackmaster.